Welcome everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name is Henry Cainline and I am a summer intern with the City of Milwaukee Common Council. We are here today to announce the approval of the Youth Council's allocation of funds, providing support for 4 different organizations that are tackling the issues of youth suicide and homelessness in our city. I would like to thank 10th District Alderwoman and our supervisor, Ms. Charlene Moore, along with Common Council President President Jose Perez, Alderman Burgelis, Alderman Spiker, Alderman Jackson, Alderman Westmoreland, Alderwoman Zamaripa, Alderwoman Dimitrievich, Alderman Stamper, and Alderman Brower for being here with us today. We would also like to recognize the leaders of the Hmong American Friends Association, and then we would like to recognize the Pathfinders Organization, the Walkers Point Youth and Family Center, and the Silver Spring Neighborhood Center. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Common Council President Jose Perez.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. It is so exciting, so heartfelt to see this excitement with our youth council again. Right? Let's give everyone a round of applause. And no matter how much adults think that we know about your current path, your obstacles you face, your world is much different than ours. It's so extremely important that you're here so that you can assist us in understanding policy and positions from your vantage point and lens. And with 2 teenagers, I know that feeling. As some of you may be aware, I chair the Emerging Youth Achievement Advisory Council, and it's a conduit of My Brother's Keeper, Cities United, and other national programming organizations that deal with everything from violence interruption to employment. We've met 4 times this year, and we want to let you know that your voice is missing. We've been thinking about how to get youth involved, and we're proposing legislation this upcoming cycle to figure out how we get members involved. So we want you to know that. Hopefully working with Alderwoman Moore, our city clerk's office, and youth council members, so that when we make decisions, we always have that perspective of that 17 to 24-year-old cohort at the table and in our view. I view the council members as being leaders right this moment, not future leaders. And they're deciding the focus and funding of allocations towards organizations that assist with suicide prevention and homelessness is evidence of your commitment to our city. Right. Youth survey after survey that I've read recently highlights the need for both mental health access and stable housing. I can stand with all my colleagues as council president and potentially a board of youth one day to hear, listen, and continue to respect your views. I want to thank you for having me, and on behalf of the council, we're so excited to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Perez. I would now like to introduce my dear friend and colleague and fellow youth council member, Corbeau Martin Caldwell.
Like Henry said, my name is Corbeau Martin Caldwell, and I'm an at-large member of the Milwaukee Youth Council. The allocations passed this morning by the Common Council, based upon recommendations made by the Milwaukee Youth Council, represent months of us deliberating on focus issues, designing requests for proposals, scoring receipt proposals, and deciding on how to distribute limited CDBG reprogramming funds. All with the help of Mario Higgins and other folks at the Department of Education who have been wonderful in assisting us along this journey. The City of Milwaukee Youth Council is representative of the entire city, with members hailing from all aldermanic districts, as well as 2 at-large members, myself included. The process of appropriating funds for these official recommendations has given us, as young people, indispensable experience in the processes and procedures needed to be effective policymakers. Our requests for proposals were designed specifically to serve our peers aged 11 through 21 in the City of Milwaukee. In targeting these funds to community organizations, the Youth Council decided to focus on the areas of youth homelessness and suicide prevention. We chose youth homelessness because of its often underseen nature in the city. It's not just youth living on on the street, underneath bridges or overpasses. It's also youth who might have been kicked out of the house after disputes with family members, might have aged out of the foster system, or might have housing but lack stable housing. So finding community organizations to support these individuals was an essential mission for us. We also chose suicide prevention because of its pervasive effect in our communities. Many of us have had friends, family members, local leaders who have suffered from the effects of suicide and mental health issues. So we decided to make an investment in this issue accordingly. With that said, we are so proud to allocate funds to Walker's Point Youth and Family Center and Hmong American Friendship Association in the area of youth homelessness, and to Pathfinders and Silver Spring Neighborhood Center in the area of suicide prevention. These organizations clearly do wonderful work in the community, and I am certain, along with my colleagues in the Youth Council, that these funds will be in great hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Corbo. I would now like to bring up one more speaker, my colleague and fellow Youth Council member, Samira Osman.
Hello everyone, my name is Samira Osman and I'm the current Milwaukee Youth Council representative for District 13. Today I want to share my experience as a member of the City of Milwaukee's Youth Council over the past 2 years. Joining the Milwaukee Youth Council has allowed me to serve as an advocate and a voice for my community. I have learned about my community and its needs. I was born and raised in Somalia for the first 6 years of my life, and then I moved to Milwaukee. And Milwaukee has been my home ever since. Having lived in Milwaukee for most of my life, I have witnessed both the challenges and the successes of our great city. Being a part of the Milwaukee Youth Council has allowed me and many others to take steps towards improving our city, even if those steps are small. In the Youth Council, we work directly with the City Clerk, Jim O, to propose initiatives and projects we want to focus on as Youth Council members. We also engage with businesses, local residents, and community members to identify areas where we want to improve and make positive changes. My experience has been filled with a lot of wonderful opportunities. One highlight was attending the National League of Cities in Washington, D.C., where I met like-minded youth from across the country. The connections I've made with local government officials and community members have been invaluable, and witnessing the impact of our efforts is incredibly rewarding. Overall, my time as a Milwaukee Youth Council member has been amazing. With many current members this year graduating, several seats will be opening up soon. I highly recommend all high schoolers to get involved with their local government and apply today at the City of Milwaukee's website. Thank you very much.
Now, I would just like to give a quick shout out to David Kuda from the Public Information Division for all the work and support that he's given us. Thank you, David. And if we could get another round of applause for Jim O. And now I'd like to introduce the Mayor of Milwaukee, Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And this is really, really exciting. I want to start first and foremost by praising our youth council. Look, these young people, I mean, we're talking about the allocations that this youth council was responsible for, but I know that each and every single one of these young people are engaged and cares about what's going on in Milwaukee. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm saying it because literally every time I turn around, the youth council is there. Seriously, it doesn't matter where I go in the city. Every time I turn around, the youth council and its members are there, and they're learning, and they're active, and they're engaged, and they're giving back, and I'm so incredibly proud of them. So please, everybody, give a round of applause for all of our youth council members. Now, the Youth Council's got a couple of goals. One was to provide leadership and some learning opportunities for participants. Another is to give voice for young people on issues that are important to them, and bring that voice here to City Hall. So today, we're honoring another aspect of the Youth Council, and that's the investments that these participants, that these young people are making in community organizations literally all across Milwaukee. So the city allocated more than $100,000 of block grant funding to the Youth Council so that its members could direct those funds to community groups and neighborhoods, again, literally all over the city. The Youth Council prioritized a couple of initiatives: homelessness, as well as mental health, as well as suicide prevention. Then they thoughtfully identified several organizations to receive those dollars and advance those priorities. I think the work that the Youth Council has done to reach these funding decisions is really, really admirable. I've had the opportunity to engage with these organizations over the years, so I know personally from my own experiences that these are great organizations serving people on the ground in Milwaukee each and every single day. So Youth Council, you guys did a great job. So today I'm going to formally sign the Common Council file that confirms the funding allocations that our Youth Council, not just the council itself, but our Youth Council, that they determined was necessary in Milwaukee. Good job, guys. Let's sign the file.